This is Optimal Health Daily, episode 627, Holiday Survival Guide by Roger Lawson of RogLawFitness.com, and I'm Dr. Neil, your very own personal narrator. Welcome to a Tuesday edition of Optimal Health Daily. This is one of 5 podcasts we read to you from blogs for free so that you don't have to read them yourself. I act as your personal narrator every single day of the week, and then on Fridays, I answer your questions. It's my favorite part of the show, so keep sending me those questions. Speaking of favorites, this is my favorite time of year. I love the holiday season. I'm also a huge trivia nerd, so I thought, instead of giving you inspirational quotes like I usually do, let's do some holiday trivia. So here we go. In Australia, Santa is often depicted doing what activity? Ready to guess? Surfing. He's often depicted as surfing Santa. That makes me kind of jealous. Australian Santa is so much cooler than the US's Santa. Anywho, let's get to today's post and start optimizing your life. Holiday Survival Guide by Roger Lawson of RogLawFitness.com. The holidays have a tendency of bringing out the Mr. Hyde in all of us. One minute, you're staying the course on your diet, following it to a T, and then the next thing you know, you're stumbling down the street, knocking over trash cans and clutching trees in the grips of a food-induced coma, wondering where it all went so wrong. But I'm here to tell you that gosh diddly darn it, it doesn't have to be that way. Not this year. Be proactive. The battle against the holiday bulge doesn't start the day of the event, but today. Not now, but right now. Are you rocking along with your training program? Good. Keep up the good work, as you're 3 steps ahead of most people. If you're not following any kind of regular exercise at this moment, ride a bike, sign up for a boot camp class at your local fitness center, walk your dog or your invisible dog if you don't have one, but do something, anything at all, and keep doing it right on through the holidays. The more you do now, the less likely it will be that you blow-up-tuate over the holidays. If you take nothing else from this post, just get moving now so that you will minimize the damage you do at the dinner table. Portion control. Hopefully you weren't expecting anything earth-shattering, like when you found out that Tommy was the White Ranger, because it really is this simple. Just because the food is there doesn't mean that you have to show up to the table with your eating pants on looking to beat out last year's record. Just treat it like any other day of the year, except that you get to be around a lot more family and the food is much better. And don't try to be all Spartan with your diet. Feel free to enjoy the foods that you love, albeit in smaller portions. A little slice of cake never killed anyone, but when that slice gets bigger and turns into slices, that's when the trouble starts brewing. Remember, you are in complete control of what and how much food goes into your mouth. So unless you're eating the kind of demon spawn food that can sprout legs and get inside your belly all on its own, then it's all on you to make the decisions that are in your best interest. Silence the haters. Don't be surprised if you end up being the lone warrior at the dinner table who only has one helping of food, and during the WTF mate looks from family and friends. Misery loves company, so don't let everyone else beat up on you because you're not letting it all hang out like the rest of the crowd. These people have already actively decided that they're going to experience an epic fail of massive proportions and set themselves a couple of steps back. But that doesn't mean that you have to follow them down that road. If people keep harassing you, offering you seconds and thirds, just politely let them know that you're full, or whatever excuse you'd like to come up with, so as to not eat any more food. Saying that if I eat any more food, I'll have to clog up their toilet is a personal favorite of mine. Works every time. If all fails, do not abort. If for some strange reason you disregard all of this advice and completely lose it at the dinner table, just collect yourself and get back on the proverbial horse. You've had your fun, but now it's time to get back to business. A lot of people will fall off and use this one slip-up as an excuse to go hog wild for another few days until they quote-unquote get back on track. Unfortunately, it's never just a few days. Usually a few weeks, months, heck, maybe even years. Don't fall into this trap. The holidays are a time to rock out and enjoy the company of family and friends, but that doesn't mean you have to go to excess in order to do so. Stay strong, and above all else, have fun, just not at the expense of your goals. You just listened to the post titled Holiday Survival Guide by Roger Lawson of RogLawFitness.com. Dr. Neil again here for some of my commentary. I love the holidays, but it's also a time for me for troublesome eating. And I'm a dietitian. I know better, but I'm still susceptible to it. I have to proactively, to use Roger's words, take charge of my own health and wellness and be sure that I know my triggers. I have to be sure I stay active by planning my workouts into my calendar so that nobody schedules meetings during that time. Even though grocery stores are packed this time of year, I still have to plan my meals, go to the grocery store, make sure I get everything on my list, which is mapped out in advance, not in my head as I walk the aisles, and be sure I cook meals most days of the week. That's how I stay honest. And it's not any easier for me. It takes work. But I know I feel so much better when I follow that plan. And yes, on the weekends, I'm not perfect, and it's okay because I get right back on track as soon as possible. 2 or 3 days of not eating nutritiously is not the end of the world when we think about it in the grand scheme of things. The most important thing, though, is to not let it bring you down, get right back on track, and you're going to be just fine. Oh, and don't forget that we have 5 other podcasts where we narrate blogs to you for free. You can find them all at oldpodcast.com or by searching for Optimal Living Daily wherever you're hearing this. All right, that'll do it for today. I hope you have a wonderful Tuesday. Thank you as always for listening. Thank you for being a subscriber to the show. Have a great rest of your day. I'll be back here tomorrow where your optimal life awaits.